Are you paying attention? When someone joins your organization, and even when someone's been with the organization for a while, it might be useful to ask them what they understand about the organization. So I figured a useful way to do this would be to ask some questions. So when I joined this organization, for example, over a day and a half, I met various leaders of the organization, and I was in a group of new starts, and they told us about what their part of the organization did. There was mention of various policies, like I said, things like annual leave and other aspects of what the company does. And at the end of it, we were asked some questions to see if we remembered anything. Maybe as a bit of fun, but maybe genuinely to say, do you remember this stuff? Because it's kind of important. And that's what I'm thinking of here. Basically, a pub quiz for the company. What could be more entertaining? OneDrive stores the data. Okay, so I've had SharePoint, I've had OneDrive storing data. Again, you decide. But OneDrive stores policy documents. And let's say that's the theme of the kind of induction for new starts that we've got. Power Automate actually does a lot of the sort of heavy lifting in this. If you haven't used Power Automate, do have a look at learn.microsoft.com, Power Automate, see the sorts of flows that can be created in Power Automate. I think it might surprise you just how it can bring very different applications together, make them function as one. So Power Automate, extracting text using AI search, sending text to OpenAI. That's the kind of the next big step in there, and then generate questions and output that as a Word file, a PDF file, however that needs to go out. Could be the basis of a Microsoft Forms solution with a sort of questionnaire to give you responses, and then they can be collated and fed into a happy face at the end of it. There's a few components in this one. The idea is hopefully relatively straightforward, but there's a few more moving parts to this one. We've got OneDrive to store the data. I've got AI search to plow through the content. It's a very powerful tool, AI search. If this was a demonstration, when I start using AI search, this is the bit where I would be sitting nervously for 20 minutes while it's indexing my content, assuming I had a very tiny amount of content. So this is important to enable us to retrieve relevant content. It's Azure OpenAI service with something like, for example, GPT-4 that retrieves relevant content. And it's then a combination of OneDrive search, OpenAI service pulled together by Power Automate that we're going to use to generate the multiple choice quiz at the end of it. So I don't know if that's something you could then apply to the meetings as well, just to check people were paying attention. You could use a tool like that. So where are you paying attention was my broad heading for that. And yeah, can test people's knowledge at the end of a session. I won't do that here.